Oh,
you know.
nice. Why not? Nice.
um, we are cooking with gas. When I lived in Myanmar, we had a project that was trying to get LPG and LNG into the top of the country because lots of people would cook with sticks, and that
Ah,
sounds terrible.
less energy efficient. Now we're cooking with sticks.
Much.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
I mean, I've tried cooking with sticks and it sucks. Pancakes burn on the outside, raw on
Mm,
the inside.
yeah,
Yeah,
not the go.
not the go at
Nice,
all.
man. Um,
Good to see
how
you.
long are you in Bali for?
Uh, that's a really good question. Probably
For,
until the start of May. Um,
oh, nice. Quite a while.
yeah, maybe a little bit longer because, well, we'll see. I would like to go back to Portugal, but the state of the world is dire, and for me, it's a minor inconvenience. For all of the other people that it's affecting, it's fucking nightmare. So,
Yeah,
I'm being relative in the way I feel about it, but I'm also like feeling super lucky to be in a place that is, yeah, safe and sound and all of that.
not
Um,
getting bombed at the
and
moment, which is always nice.
can it's just not part of my reality, and I almost can't imagine it
Mm,
being that way. But I guess we've
yeah,
had a really peaceful period over the last my lifetime,
true,
at least.
true.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Anyway,
Enough about
uh,
the state of the world and World War III and what you're up to.
oh man, I mean, I guess it is front of mind, right? And it's front of mind for most people,
Mm, yeah, it's pretty wild.
including us. Um, can can I get a mini intro of Mr. Jackson? Because obviously I know you very well, but anybody else that's
Absolutely.
tuning
Yeah.
in?
My name is Jackson Lester. I am 32 years old. I just turned 32, which feels weird still to say. And I'm living in
Happy
Vancouver
birthday!
at the moment. Thank you. Living in Vancouver for the last almost a year. It'll be a year in May. And I work as a civil engineer doing airport design and
Hell
make
yeah!
music on the side. Um, that's my
Hell
elevator
yeah!
pitch for you. Yeah.
I love this idea of an elevator pitch. Like every everybody needs to be able to explain what they do in 30 seconds.
Yeah. Or else you leave the elevator and it's like, well, I'll catch you next time.
Well, the funniest elevator pitch that I sometimes do is you get into the elevator. There's a bunch of people standing around in the elevator, and for a start, everybody faces the same way, which I think is weird. I think everybody should face like different directions. Like maybe you should stare in a circle in an elevator.
A team huddle. Yeah. That would be good.
A team huddle. I guess not everybody wants to engage. Like there's a social reason for it, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but I quite like breaking that norm. And so you get into an elevator, it's full of people, and you turn around and you face all of the people and you say, so I've called you all here today to discuss the state of Jackson's shirt or something.
Yeah, that's a
And
good one.
it's really it's really awkward and it's
Yeah.
really funny, and it only lasts for the length of the elevator, so you only have to like
True.
bask in the awkwardness for 30 seconds. So
Yeah. No, it was that part of your awkward interaction challenge as you've been doing that in elevators.
no,
Elevators
I
hate
don't
to
think
see
I've
you
been in.
coming.
They do. I don't
Oh,
think I've
that's
been in an
good.
elevator for a long time. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
you're running the ground setup only. You're in the
running the
horizontal
ground
plane.
setup. Yep.
Wow.
Horizontal, and if I need to go vertical, like if I need to gain, what do we call it, gravitational potential
Altitude.
energy, then that's
Mm.
on me. Yeah.
Gotcha. You're a man. You're an analog guy. Yeah.
I'm an analog guy. Oh, I did see a weird thing 2 days ago though. So we're in Bali. I went to another island, Nusa, and there's this gorgeous beach there. And it's got like these huge, like sketchy, non-engineering regulation steps going down. Trying to put it in your terms,
Yeah, thanks.
And it's probably like 200 meters down to this beach. And you look over and there's this massive scaffold. And at the end of the scaffold, it's probably 30 meters out. At the end of the scaffold, there's this kind of pillar. And it looks like they're building an elevator that goes basically down straight onto this beautiful beach. It's a real shame. But
efficiencies, man. That's what it's all about.
But I saw it and I was like, yeah,
oh, that's funny.
I'm going to do analog for you so I can show you.
Thanks, man.
Can you see this?
You showed me analog digitally.
Vaguely,
it's kind of pixelated, but I get the gist.
Yeah, good.
Nice, man.
Nice. And for anyone just listening, that was a picture of an elevator.
Oh, this might just be an audio format as well. Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Hard to say.
That's how I
actually had an elevator interaction the other day. I had an elevator pitch from another lady. They got cut short. I think she just like two old ladies. They were just gas bagging away, like obviously out on a girls' night or something. Like they're really chatty. Got in the elevator. Oh. Like, where's your accent from? Oh, Auckland. Oh, Auckland's great. Yeah. Best secondhand shops in the world and blah, blah. And then their floor came and another lady was like still carrying on the conversation, but hopped out of the elevator and was still chatting away. And the door started going like this. And she did the chatting. And then the door just closed. And I didn't catch the end of her pitch. So she clearly needed to shorten her elevator pitch for me.
I really appreciate I appreciate the commitment though to like be in the conversation, then get out of the elevator and continue to talk while the door's shut.
Yeah. There's a lot of commitment.
Where I thought you were going to go with that is that she started her elevator pitch and then she got sidetracked or she forgot and she just kind of petered out. Oh yeah,
it wasn't long enough.
My name's Ty. Yeah. Hi, my name's Ty. I really like cats. Yeah. And then you just stand there for 20 seconds. That could be part of the awkwardness challenge for sure.
Yeah. Purposely peter off on an elevator pitch. You could go one more actually and go for an analog elevator pitch and just when you're walking up the stairs, just start chatting to someone, which is the least convenient area to talk to someone or moment because they're probably focusing on like not tripping up on the stairs. You're like, hey man, do you want to know about this thing that I'm doing? You're like,
I'll do that. But
yeah.
So I can see a spiral staircase here. Maybe I'll wait until somebody starts ascending the spiral staircase and then start walking up with them.
Nice.
Maybe there'll be someone holding a coffee or something like that. So it'll be, hard mode.
Nice. I like it. How is that list going, by the way? Is it 100 days you're doing, or is that a separate challenge? You got about 10 challenges on the go.
I got a few challenges.
Awkward interaction challenge.
I got right now. I think I got 3 challenges on the go, and I realized that the reason for the challenge is kind of There's multiple um, reasons for doing it this way. The challenge really motivates me. I love like having a thing. The accountability of having a set number of days is really good, and then doing it with other people is super fun too.
Mm.
Like it's one of the things that makes me go like, yeah, let's do this. So I got the awkwardness challenge. And actually that one's really hard to start. That one's really like we're a group of like 6 of us, and every now and then someone will like send a
Okay.
message like, "Hey guys, I've been feeling a little bit awkward because I haven't been doing this, but it's really hard." And everyone is doing that every single like every couple of days or every week. In fact, I didn't do anything embarrassing yesterday because it's really like ah. um
Mm.
and like going and putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, it's like it's working because now when I go and do something that is a little bit uncomfortable, I'm like, oh, this is sweet. Like it's doing its job. But
Mm.
the purpose of making it uncomfortable means that you have to go and do more and more outlandish things to like feel that feeling of uncomfortable. So one
Yeah,
of them is
damn.
one of them is to roar just like really loudly, like an actual lion roar
Mm.
in an airport or a cafe. And I was going to do it the other
Nice.
day. I was with my
Indoors.
sister in LA, indoors. Yeah. And and she went like, "Oh, can you please not?" Like, so I was like, "Oh, this breaks the rule. It embarrasses someone else. No, it has to only embarrass you."
Ah, nice, nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
I see.
yeah, yeah.
And airport's a
We're
tricky one
being
as well.
ethical.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
social norms kind of need to be followed in the airport to a certain extent, you know. Um,
I think so.
but
Well,
yeah, anything that kind of
especially if you want to make it on your flight.
yeah, anything that ruffles feathers or makes people feel unsafe, which I'm going to say like a fully fledged lion roar may may do exactly that. Yeah, might might deny you boarding. So stick to the
Maybe.
cafe, I think. Definitely the go.
It also depends on the country. Um,
True.
like, yeah, the US right now, I was transiting through the US, um,
Do
which is,
not.
yeah, yeah, no. Uh, anyway, um,
Mm.
what was I going to say? Oh, another great awkwardness challenge was brought in by the lovely Seth, who
Oh,
you
yep,
know,
lovely.
which is to go into a park and climb up a tree and meow or bark at cats and dogs, but try to do it so that the owners can't tell that it's a human.
Nice, nice. That
Yeah.
takes a lot of
Uh,
commitment, that.
it's a lot of commitment. I built a little app for us because there was
Nice.
a little
Of
bit of
course you
like,
did.
oh, some got to make tools. There
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
bit of like, some of these are going to take some preparation, some planning, and some of them are going to be
Mm.
more spicy than others. So um, how do you like categorize these so that you know if you want to like really plan something out, you're going to spend a couple of days doing it, and like if you're feeling less spicy, then you could go look at the less spicy ones. Um,
Yeah.
which is like compliment a stranger on their outfit, which is difficult. Like it's an edge for some people, but everybody's edges are different, and
Yeah.
everybody's edges are different in different directions.
True. True. I guess the meowing in a tree really is only embarrassing when you get caught. You know, if you if you do it without the owner noticing, you avoid all embarrassment. You know, there's a loophole to that.
There is a loophole. But yeah, I went and meowed in a tree, but I did it so quietly that
Yeah.
nobody heard. I was having
Oh
a
man.
I was having a coffee with this girl the other day, and we said
Nice.
goodbye. And as we were saying goodbye, she meowed, and I was like, Okay. And
Interesting.
and I think it's an Ubud thing. It was the second time that I had
Oh,
like ended a conversation with someone and said goodbye, and they were like, "Meow."
did you discuss cats at all on this date, or
Um, yeah. We discussed cats.
okay? There's some preamble to the meow. It wasn't just like an out of the blue.
It wasn't out of the blue, but I asked her about it, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I meow all the time." I was like, "Okay, cool, good to know." Basically, a cat.
Yeah, yeah, cool, nice,
Yeah, yeah, lovely human though. Like really,
nice.
I think that we make not enough animal sounds. Uh,
Well, I don't
question
know if I
for you.
agree with you on that, Ty. Yeah, fire away.
Well, if we didn't have if we didn't have words to communicate,
Mm,
what do you think would be the default sound of a human?
I feel like it'd be a hum,
Mm.
because words are just like manipulating a hum, right? You just move your tongue in a certain way. Your
To make a
tongue
hum
and mouth
different.
combo, is that how words are formed? Just your tongue and your mouth and vocal cords, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah.
Hard to say.
Air moving over two experts
Yeah.
discussing this, obviously.
I'm glad. Great question. I'm glad you brought this up. I, I think it'll be a hum, and it'll just be like the tone of the hum. Because I guess
Mm.
you think of like what babies do. Babies kind of just babble on, eh?
Oh, yeah, they
There's a
coo
lot of
and
babbling going on from babies. They're cooing,
yeah.
yeah, cooing and babbling.
Um, you've read that book, Project Hail Mary, right? Have we talked about this?
Maybe not. I think you've suggested it to me. Remind me what it's about.
Oh. It's about a. I'm gonna try and be careful not to bring any spoilers in because it's a fantastic book.
Okay.
It's
Should I
about
Google it on the
a
side?
high school. No. Let me babble.
Okay. Okay.
Um, it's about a high
Babble away.
school science teacher who has a PhD in like intergalactic algae, we'll call it.
Okay.
And it's been a couple of years since I've read this book, so maybe spoilers are just gonna be like not actual
That's
spoilers
okay.
anyway. They'll just be made up. But it's really cool. The sun is dying essentially, and Earth has to come together to like figure out some solution to it. And if I say any more, then there'll actually be spoilers,
Okay.
so I won't. But I'd highly recommend it. And the hum comes into it, or like the different ways of communicating.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I think
there's a
it's
movie.
on my list to read.
There's a movie coming out about it. I would read the book
Sweet.
before
Cool.
the movie comes out because
Always.
it's one of those ones that's
Always.
like, yeah,
Yeah. I've been converted into a read the book first guy. I think up until I was
yeah,
like 25, even later, I was like, why would you waste your time on the book? Like, I'm just going to watch the movie 2 hours, one and done, in and out. You don't have to think too
yeah.
hard. And then I think in the last like few years, I've done like the one book a month kind of goal setting, and then
Hell yeah.
read a book, and then watch the movie afterwards, and gone fucking useless. Like they missed 3/4 of the whole story, you know. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm properly in that boat with you on read the book first, always.
And they didn't render the characters the way that I would have done it. You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
they
Yeah.
didn't do the fight scene properly.
Agreed.
What was the book that that converted you?
Ooh. Um. Actually, I don't know if there's one that tipped me over the edge, but the most recent one I can think of is We Need to Talk About Kevin. Uh, it's a school shooter like tale told by the mum of the school shooter, like writing letters
Ooh,
to her son and to her ex-partner about the whole situation. It's really, really good. Highly recommend. But that in saying that, they did the movie also very well. So can't can't shit on that too much.
Yeah,
But yeah, the book is crazy good, very very good.
I hear you. I feel like they are some stories are better for specific mediums. And
Definitely,
I think
yeah.
I think about this with art. It's like art is an expression of emotion and storytelling and all of these kind of. Actually, I think about art as it's a way to send emotion through time and from person to person that is not like one on one. And you can do that through books. You can do that through movies. You can do that through music. You can do that through poetry. You can do it through any kind of artistic medium or like anything that sends emotion,
Mm,
I would call art actually. And some stories are better told in one medium than another. Like it's really hard to
true,
describe the
true.
light in a photograph sometimes, you know?
Yeah, great way to put it.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that
Uh,
the film media is like the most kind of uh specific medium you can or media you can use for like expressing a certain emotion because it's kind of like spelled out to you, you know, like there's you can see, you can hear, um you can feel to a certain extent, like if the soundtrack is like a bass line or whatever. um but I guess with a canvas or like a painting or whatever, there's so much room for interpretation that and a book for that matter as well. Like it's all you're basically hallucinating with a book, and everyone just has this shared hallucination. They're like, yeah, great, great made up thing I did in my mind. Did you do that too? Yeah, really good.
oh,
Yeah, I
how
like
did
it.
you hallucinate that part with the flowers? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, big fan.
Well, and then we get to talk about the hallucination, which is the
I know. I know. That's the great bit.
yeah. Well, also the hallucination bit is pretty good. But
True, true. Or and the fact that it started from one person's hallucination that they shared this with a bunch of other people. They coded it into writing, and then everyone else is like, "Oh, nice." And I like it a lot. Yeah, big fan.
um, speaking of having hallucinations and encoding them, this is not where you think it's going.
Okay.
I wanted to ask about your music creation.
Mm.
Um, I don't even want to put too many words on this because yeah,
Process? Is that what you're looking for?
kind of yeah. Like how did you get into it? Um what's the genesis of the music and the
Mm.
process?
Um, I think I really enjoyed like poetry quite early on. I think I like we had some maybe at primary school there was some poetry like exercise. We had to like put together a poster or something with a poem on it. I think I wrote this poem. Can't even remember. It was about popcorn. That's what it was about. Just a poem about popcorn. Because what else do you write about when you're 7 years old? And I think it just like maybe the feedback I got on it was really good, or I just like really enjoyed the process, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Um, but then it kind of wasn't until like maybe later in high school that I was like, just started writing like, I don't know, throwaway raps and doing like rap tapes with my mates, kind of like impersonating big rappers like Eminem and I don't know, Kendrick Lamar or Joey Badass or something. But like just writing shit rhymes basically, but rhyming for the sake of rhyming, just being like, I'm the fucking man. Like, listen to me. I've got rhymes for days. Um, et cetera, et cetera. Like not no substance really to it. And
Yeah,
then
babble.
a lot of babbling going on, yeah. But in an A-B rhyme scheme. And then I think the like delving into different rhyme schemes and like a rap genius. I don't know if you go on this website, it like kind of spells out all the different rhyme schemes and like really big songs. But portrays it in a way that's really easy to understand. Like you can have instead of just the end word rhyming on a certain poem, it's like
Hmm.
there's 7 words all in one line that have like a particular vowel sound to them, and then every line after that just has the same like 7 vowel sounds scattered through it, and you're like, oh man, like this is why this sounds so nice on my ears. Um,
Interesting. So you take it
and
away from
yeah,
the AB and you'd like dive more into it's like when you have different rhyme schemes in poetry, but this is just like
exactly, yeah,
applied to,
yeah,
I mean,
to
rap is
music,
essentially
yeah,
modern poetry.
yeah, rhythm assisted poetry, if you will,
Mm.
if you want to acronym that. But then I think I joined a band like soon after university or during university, and then just kind of kept writing with like I guess actual musicians, if you can call them that, like people who studied music and would describe music in a way that I would just never think to describe it, with like
Mm.
textures and different like emotions, and I'm like, oh, there's like layers to this, man. There's so many
Mm.
layers to this. So yeah, and then yeah, from there just kind of found mates that make beats on their laptop, and yeah, just continue kind of writing like that.
What's the process when you like is it that your mind is going through stories and you want to get it out, or is it like, all right, I want to make a song about this, I'm gonna go on, or does it like, yeah, I'm super
I think there's
curious
a little
about
bit of
this.
both there. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I think I've got like a playlist on Spotify or whatever with just instrumentals that I've kind of farmed over however many years. And so I might just put that on shuffle and just find one that I like am enjoying at that particular moment in time. And then
Mm.
either I'll just kind of like free write where I'll just write whatever comes to mind. And a lot of the time that ends up just writing about nothing or like nothing in particular, just kind of conscious thought.
Yeah.
But then other times I'll I'll have half a verse that I did just some free writing and it touched on a certain emotion or a certain story, and then I'll go, sweet, I need to like I'm just gonna like continue the story and try and write as many bars about whatever the story is and make a complete verse from there. Because I think I find songwriting to be a bit more difficult than just like writing raps for the sake of raps. Like I love just like a cipher, and you just put on a loop and you just rap for as long as you want, and there's no like structure to it. But when it comes to
Yeah.
like a song with a chorus and verses and having a theme, a central theme to all of those,
Hmm.
um, that's kind of where the difficulty comes in. But that's also where like kind of the magic happens, where if you can write a really good story and you encode it into these lyrics or a song and the feeling, and then someone then you get feedback on and go, oh, like I really enjoyed that story, or it was really relatable or whatever. I think there was an interview, I think it was from Tom Scott actually, where he said that the personal is universal. And that kind of really struck a chord. I was like, oh shit, yeah, it is. Like, I know he's got a lot of raps about picking his nose at the traffic lights, and I'm like, I get it. This guy gets it, you know? And so I try and write uh, from a personal lens as well, of just like mundane, everyday things that when you hear it in a song, you're like, oh yeah, like I do that too. Um,
Mm.
so sorry, back to your question of do I write like just randomness or just like to a certain theme? I think I'd prefer to write to a theme, and then you can pump out songs faster, I guess. But um, yeah, I think that the key to that is coming up with a plan. Basically, you got to draft out this thing. It's like writing an essay or yeah, a big long paragraph on something. And so having a central theme to write to is really, really like handy. Um, but there's a weird, I guess, like dichotomy between like trying to make it really um, universal and like that everyone can understand it. But then if
Mm.
I try and do that, I'd end up just writing nursery rhymes, you know, like
Yeah.
like I just
Yeah.
you can't dumb it down too much, because then it's just like, you know, you're making it for you're making children's music at that point, and I don't want to make
Yeah.
children's music. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
And there's this like cliches are cliches for a reason because they're so
mm,
there's stories that have been told over and over, but often when you retell a story, you remember the last time you remembered the thing. So like
mm,
this is how brains work. If I try and retell a story, I'm not telling you the thing that happened. I'm telling you the last time it happened, and that changes a little bit, changes a little bit, changes a little bit. So you end up with this like really generic general thing. But if you write the like picking your nose at the traffic light like story, then it
Mm.
is the like the key thing, the essence of it. And if it's really freaking esoteric, then only the people that actually know will get it.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Can you think of any lines that you've written that you're like, nobody's going to understand that, and someone's been like,
um, maybe not nobody, but actually, when you said the cliche thing, like cliches are for a reason. Like I've just finished actually like this verse that are just cliches, but like reworded a little bit. So like actually, have I got a hand? Maybe I've got it handy. One moment, please.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, jokes. Sitting under my laptop.
I don't want to derail us as well, but
There you go.
just while it's front of mind, one of my favorite lines is a very specific one from one of your songs, and it's about Mike Rogers being
Oh,
good with
nice.
numbers. It's like,
Nice, man.
don't worry, Roger will double check him, something like that.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. Yeah,
You know
nice.
what I'm talking
That's
about?
very if you know, you know. Yeah.
It's very, but every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, nice. Yeah, actually the speaking of central themes, like I started writing or just using cliches like within a verse, and I was like, because cliches are for a reason, like that they're legitimate and they're so like true because they're just like that's why they're a cliche. It's like the self-definition almost. But then I started writing this and I was like, I could just use every cliche I can possibly think of, but like slightly alter it so you're not just like spouting cliches the entire verse, you know? So there's
Yeah.
like, just be yourself, everybody else is taken. That's kind of, actually, that's a cliche in itself. We start with a regular cliche. Just be yourself, everybody else is taken. Cliches these days, I'm out of patience. Don't be the cloud lying down, getting wasted, hiding all your lining, keeping silver in the basement. Could be the worm coming second in the races, or be the cheese when the mouse is on vacation. No point like putting crabs inside a spaceship or trying to teach cats on a first name basis. Plenty of fish wearing similar faces, etc., etc. So
I
yeah,
like that.
you kind of write about
It's like
anything. Um,
it's like when you're trying to those jokes where you think you know the punchline and then it changes direction. Like it really
yeah,
makes my brain have to follow you.
yeah. I think like, is it a Freudian slip? Is that what that's called?
Uh, a Freudian slip is where you accidentally say
Oh, that's
something that's
unintentional.
on your
Yeah,
mind
true,
that's
true.
unintentional.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but I don't know what you know, where you have like two cliches and you mash them together, like, is the
Mm.
Pope Catholic and does a bear shit in the woods?
Yeah,
And
shit in the
then
woods. Yeah.
does the Pope shit in the woods?
Yeah. Classic, classic.
I'm like,
I love
I
that.
don't know.
Yes, he does.
Obviously. But again, it's like, it's the, if you know, you know, if you like,
Very much so. Yeah.
if you're in the cliche, what you're doing here too is really interesting because it's like, it's not quite gate-kept cliches, but it's like, if you
Mm,
know the cliche and then you're thinking fast enough to be able to keep up with the like turn of
mm,
phrase or the like switcheroo, then it makes
mm.
you feel clever. It's rap that makes you feel smart.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, to make you feel smart. um, and actually, moving here, I found there's like quite a few cliches that I'm like, we would take for granted in New Zealand, but I've said them to a few people and they'll go, "What the fuck did you just say?" I think at work, I think I was like in a meeting with a colleague, like not a random, but a colleague, and I said, "Oh yeah, this is really like throwing a spanner in the works," and he goes, "What?" I was like, a spanner in the works. He's like, I've never heard that before in my life. I was like, oh, well, okay. Let me just Google image a spanner for you. And I like showed, and he was like, oh, a wrench. And I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, yeah. We would say that's to really put a wrench into things. So they've got a cliche. That's the same cliche, but just with different terminology.
So the idea is universal, but the
Yeah,
language is
yeah.
different.
Yeah, totally. Or to Nat, my girlfriend, I was saying it's like 6 in one, half a dozen in the other. And she's like, what?
Uh-huh.
I get a lot of whats actually, being just mumbling in New Zealand accent. I was like, 6 in one, half a dozen in the other. I have no idea what you're talking about. I was like, yeah, it's like 6 in one pile. You got 6 there, but you can also have half a dozen in the other, and a dozen is 12, so half of that is 6. So you've got 6 there and 6 there. It's like the same. It's like saying same. She's like, oh, that's really good. I was like, actually, yeah, that is a really good saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think it's funny when we have these sayings and they're said so many times that actually they have a slightly different meaning. Like
Mm.
for all intents and purposes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And the alternative that gets used a lot is for all intensive purposes. And like they're
Yeah.
similar, but they have different meanings, at least to me.
Yeah, it's like I've seen I've seen a few of those different ones where it's like actually at Little Turkish Cafe on K Road, if you know, you know, speaking of esoteric. Um and they had a sign up, so it was like a beer promotion on like a $5 beer, and it said terms and conditions supply. I was like,
Did you
nice,
ask
I
about
get
the supply?
it. Yeah, can you supply the condition, please?
Oh, I like
um
that.
yeah, was gonna
Yeah.
say one more thing was on the writing process. It's also I found recently is when I would write kind of just freely and not think about a certain subject matter.
Mm,
Sometimes stories will just come out anyway, kind of in like a journalistic sense. Like I find
mm,
writing to be very like therapeutic in that sense of like I can just write whatever I want. Yes, like make it rhyme, great. But if not, that's also okay. But then I've written some things before where I've like finished it and gone, oh, that's really dark. That's like rough as guts, like super dark and like super, very much like on my mind or like maybe subconsciously on my mind. But I'm like,
yeah.
oh man, like should I finish this or should I like release this? Probably not because it's pretty brazen, you know. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so
And
sometimes
some
like
of
you
it's
go
just
in
for
with a
you.
certain intention and then you come out with something completely different. So yeah.
Mm, mm. Like coming back to the art for emotion thing. I think that when we write
Mm,
these things, or at least like when I journal and I write dark things, or I write things that are like that just need to be let out. Like I think about myself as a how do I put this? I guess the metaphor doesn't really land, but it makes sense to me, so maybe it'll make sense to you too.
try it
Is
anyway.
like you're a
Yeah.
you're like you're a bucket. You got all of this stuff in here, and if we just keep it here, then I'm just gonna continue to like feel that dark thing, and I'm gonna continue to like kind of mull on that, whatever. But if I can let it out, if I can like actually just, I guess this is what people mean when they talk about processing emotions, is like if I can get it out, if I can let that thing out, then it doesn't need to stay inside me, and that's all it's asking for. It's just asking to be expressed. And once it gets expressed, then it's
Mm,
free into the world, and I can see it, and I can go and like touch it and talk to it and like interact with it. Like it's not like it's gone forever if I want it back, but it's not stuck in this vessel is that like I'm nervous about. Um,
yeah.
and then the like releasing it part is super interesting as well, because I think that there are lots of, it's almost like if you're brave enough to put that thing out into the world, then other people get to read it. And maybe that's why we connect so much with all of the stuff that is like that artists are bringing out that are, like Kendrick drops things sometimes that are intense, and some of the best songs I've ever heard are like really, oh fuck, I would never imagine that somebody
Mm,
would put something like that out. But the things that you don't, um like some things are so intimate that that you would not put them out into the world, and so nobody else has done that as well. And so I'm never reading those like really intimate things that people are writing or that people are releasing, because actually people are feeling like they're too intimate to like make public.
mm,
Like
yeah, totally.
yeah, I'm really interested in this, like that, being able to articulate it and put it out into the world, as well as there are some things that are like so intimate and close to you and personal to you that actually maybe you don't have language to articulate what that feeling is. Like it hasn't been discussed enough,
Mm,
or it hasn't even like been percolating in your mind enough to be able to express it, at least not in language.
yeah, yeah, totally. And I think that's where music comes in, and other mediums come in, where or media where words are so limiting. I mean, there's a lot of words out there, a lot of words. Don't get me started on those. But where words are limited, then there's sound, and there's like visual aids, and there's
Mm.
like textures and all of those other forms of expression that can like pick up the slack that words can't like quite fill in. Yeah,
Yeah,
super interesting.
yeah, human things.
Mm, yeah, not these AI things, bro. None of that.
Not these AI things.
We're close though.
Yeah.
We're close.
Well, yeah, it makes me think that like, so we have these tools, we have AIs that are like producing things that are human adjacent, we'll call them. Um, but just like we made calculators and we made computers, we are so impressed by AI because it can do a lot of things that are seemingly human, but actually we're quite different creatures, and the realms that humans play in, uh, like a lot of them are emotional and a lot of them are about connection, and then like
Mm,
there's this, you're using the word texture, um like there's a lot of texture to life that is not just the physical
mm,
binary, this is right, this is wrong. Like working in engineering, maybe you have more of your thought is spent on this should be like exactly how the plans go, and it's very like it's good to have some things concrete, right? And
mm,
computers are very good at doing that stuff, and that's fantastic. But
mm,
we have spent such a long time trying to like be very precise as humans because we haven't been very good at it in the past. Like your memory changes every time. Every time you remember a past event, it's the last time that you remembered that thing. It's not the actual event, and so inevitably you get this
mm.
degradation of the event itself. And so we're really impressed by computers because they can usually replicate things quite consistently.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
but maybe we're reaching a point where actually we can just get the computers to do the things that computers are really good at, and we can do the things that humans are really good at, and not try to make the computers do the things that humans are really good at. Because, like, yeah, you can
Mm,
make AI music, but what is the point of music if it's to express yourself? Then just getting a computer to go and like make that artificial expression, it misses the point. It might look the same, but it's not.
yeah. 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 Funny you bring up AI and music. Actually, is I actually just recently joined a band. Don't even have a name yet, but we're in a band. I'm in a band, and when we're kind of just jamming, it's like me, a drummer, and a producer. But all of us kind of have very similar music tastes and ideas. But I don't know, we're not all instrument players. So I think one of the guys he had an idea for like a guitar riff, And
Yeah.
instead of spending the next 5 years learning guitar and figuring out how to do it and make it sound exactly how he wants it to sound, he had some particular program that he just hummed. Back to our babbling, he hummed
Mhm. Yeah.
and in the tune that he wanted, and it said, "Hey, make me guitar that sounds like this," and it was like, not that, but along those lines. And
I know
then he
this
sent
song.
this thing into the drive, and I was like, "Damn, that's really good." He said, "Yeah, I just like got some AI tool to whip it up." I was like, "Oh, damn, oh damn."
Yeah.
But in saying that, it's like a tool for expression as opposed to the expressor itself. I don't think it's going
Yeah.
to
Interesting.
originate from that source, but it's a good it's like a guitar,
Yeah.
itself.
It's a tool.
It's an instrument you can use. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
And the actual playing of the music, like I've been in rooms where where musicians are playing together and jamming, and that is a very different experience to using an AI tool to make a
Mm,
song that is maybe funny that you can share with your
yeah.
friends, or maybe even useful for making music, but the
Yeah.
experience of it is different. Um,
Yeah. The magic
yeah.
isn't there, right? Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Music is
to
magic for sure. Big fan of that.
It is. And also on this idea of magic, I read this article maybe 2 days ago, and it was talking about magic, and it was like this conversation between the father and son, and the son was like, "Dad, is there real magic?" And the father was like, "Oh, that's an interesting question. What do you mean by real magic?" And he's like, um, like fairies." And the dad was like, "Well, is it just because you haven't seen one? Because there are things in the world, like imagine if someone tried to describe a whale to you. It's like this creature, this mammal that lived under the ocean that was as big as a bus and had a heart that you could, like, that was as big as a car and you could crawl through its arteries. Like, just like describing this thing as if it was a mythic being. And going like, oh yeah, actually there's real magic in the world. There's music that connects us, but we don't see it as magic because it's every day
Mm,
there. Like, yeah, like this idea that
true.
magic doesn't have to be a thing that is unattainable. It's actually just a thing. And for some reason we think this stuff is magic when it's maybe not. Um, Real, or
Yeah.
put a
True.
better way, maybe things are magic that we can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Bluetooth. Explain how Bluetooth works to me, bro, because I've got no idea.
Do you actually
I
want me
have
to?
no idea
Because
how that works. And flat screen TV. How does it work? No one knows. Magic.
magic.
It's there. I think that's
What?
why babies. You see a newborn baby, and they're looking around. Their eyes are like super wide, and they're just looking at everything, going, "Holy fuck! Like this is sick." Everything's just like, and we just take it for granted. It's
You
like the
know,
the 1% change in the mirror that you don't notice every day. Yeah,
oh, can we double click on that?
yeah.
So, the
I
1%
think
change
that's
in the mirror.
double click. Nice, nice. You've got to rely on people having the knowledge of a computer to understand that, which is, I'd like to say most people, but maybe not most people. 8 billion of us. You do the maths.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
most people, oh man, there's so many directions I want to go in this. I got a couple of AI
we got time.
stats for you.
Hit me.
So apparently, so there's 8 billion people in the world. Apparently, about 6.8 billion people have never used an AI thing, a tool with AI, a chatbot, whatever it is. Um, there's another, like, I think it was 1.2 billion that have used a free version of an AI thing. And then it's like 1% of the population pay for some kind of AI tool. It's like a tiny, tiny number of people are actually using these tools that are like super futuristic and can do all of these things that we go like, wow, that's incredible. It can write an email or like produce a song or whatever it is. So like the number of people that are actually interacting with like my world is so inundated with this stuff, and like the emails I receive and the media that I see just makes me think that everybody is always using AI to do everything, but that's not true at all.
You're just receiving AI slop all day, every day.
Mate,
Kinda.
AI slop. Yeah. It won't always be
Yeah.
slop, but I just think that. Okay. Question for you. If
Hit me.
we go 5 years into the future, I want you to teleport yourself 5 years into the future. Ideally, what would let's assume that you do the same job. You don't have to do the same tasks, but you do the same job. What parts of your job do you really like? And what parts of it do you find like, oh, it'd be nice if something else did that, and then just give me the result? Like,
Mm. I really like the people aspect of like navigating kind of relationships with people and figuring out exactly what they want. Because a lot of people don't know what they want. They kind of know the general gist, but they don't know. This is specifically in airport design I'm talking about.
yeah, cool.
But yeah, so the people aspect is really nice. And then seeing things get built, like construction is great. Really enjoy that. I guess the design components that would be nice to just press a button and have them done. They kind of need, it's like an iterative process, you know, like you can't at the moment anyway, you can't just press a button and it get done. So it'd be nice to, if that was the case, because at the moment, I guess, I don't know, to try and give some explanation to that is you would get an idea from this airport owner and say, we want a runway or a taxiway to be, you know, service this type of aircraft and blah, blah. And we want this many parking spaces and et cetera, give you some like brief. Yeah. And then you kind of got to go and lay it all out, check it and be like, oh, actually, hey, like you can only get this many parks, or you can get like a bunch more parks, but it's going to be this much more expensive. And we can like lay this out in this particular direction to make use of what you've already got there already. Like, what would you want us to do? And it's kind of this back and forth, like tag game of like, let us know, are we on the right track? Yeah, we are. Okay, we're going to carry on.
So you're doing like a mutual planning kind of back and forward. This is ideally what you want. Yeah. This is what we've got. Yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be good to click a button and have that process just completely done. So you don't have to fuck around with like them figuring out exactly what they want. But at the same time, like you can deal with some really like helpful people. I've kind of had both ends of the spectrum of like working with people who are really helpful and like have the same goal as you. Actually, every job, everyone has the same goal, right? Is to make the best product for whoever's paying for it. That's kind of the end goal, or the best, the most efficient design. Yeah, ideally, yeah. But then I don't know. I was in a meeting the other day, and some like there was a comments register on a certain design component, and we were like, hey, like let us know, you know, did these give us some feedback on these comments because we kind of need to close this out. And one of the guys was just like, oh, no, I haven't really got anything to say because none of that made sense. So whatever. But I'm not too worried about it. And it was in a meeting with like 20 people. And I was like, what? Like, yeah, but okay, you don't care or whatever. But like, you can tell us that. That'd be great to know. And kind of just like, I don't know, it's like a very much like a 15-year-old boy's like attitude towards like this process. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
is this professionalism? And anyway,
Also,
there's a
if you
transcript
genuinely
after
don't
the
care,
meeting.
don't say anything.
Yeah.
Just sit there quietly.
Yeah.
Don't
Don't
make
say it out
noise.
loud. Yeah. Because in the transcript at the end, I was like looking at the reading through the transcript, and it's like, we we don't really understand any of these comments, but I'm not too worried about it. It's like, cool, man. Very helpful. Appreciate that. Thanks. So I know you deal with some idiots like that sometimes, but it's
Yeah.
part and parcel of the job. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
So
interesting.
yeah, I think the design aspect would be good to click a button and speed up the process a little bit.
Yeah. And maybe you could do that collaboratively with people. You could be sitting in a room and you could click a button and you can make the design, and then you could be like, actually, design
Exactly.
says
Yeah.
no. Design says we can't do this, but maybe we could do it over here.
Yeah. 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 Exactly. So that would be nice. Yeah.
And
One other thing of like, sorry, you go.
Or even the fact that you have a transcript from this meeting is pretty futuristic, right? Or like it's a thing that
Yeah, it's
we
pretty
wouldn't have
AI.
had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been having meetings for a while with recordings, and the recordings haven't been useful until
Mm,
probably a couple of years ago. I mean, yeah, we used to
yeah.
have recordings, but then you would have to spend as long or like, half the meeting time to go back and look through the recording and see what the thing was. Now you can put it into
Mm,
an AI tool and be like, hey, what were the decisions here? Um,
yeah.
it
Yeah.
makes it useful.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of having the summary, like bullet points come out of it is really, really handy. Um,
Yeah.
there's one aspect of design, uh, on an airport, on a runway, actually, there's an obstacle limitation surface. This is getting too, I'm just going to nerd out for a second.
No, no, no,
Basically,
nerd
it's this
out. This is
imaginary
what this is for.
surface around a runway. You have like an imaginary plane, if that's the
Okay.
runway, like kind of goes off at both ends, up and like out the sides as well. And it's an
Okay.
imaginary surface that you can't have any penetrations through. It's called an OLS,
Is that
and
because
basically
this is
we
potentially
design
where
those.
planes are going to be coming in and leaving from?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. There's an approach surface, a takeoff surface, and then like the side is called like the transitional surface. Basically, if a plane's coming in and then needs to like pull up and pull out and bail, do a go around or something, it can then
Yeah.
like safely do it without a tree or a building or a tower or whatever sticking up inside of it. But doing that design would be a great like click of the button, just be like, sweet, like here's the surface. Because at the moment it's like kind of like labor intensive. It takes like a full day to like fully get it like proper. But that would be a nice like click of a button. Just make this for me, please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
So I'll leave that
Oh,
with you to put something together.
there's a tree. Yeah. I don't know if I'm the right person to build this, but I'm sure that somebody will build this and be like,
I'm
"Here you go,
sure. Yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah.
This is a thing that I made for you." Um, okay, well,
Yeah.
let's let me use this double click again because I like how
Yeah.
much you liked it. Um, what would what
Let's
tool do
control
you?
or delete this.
No, I don't want to control or
Sorry,
delete it.
carry on.
I want.
We'll
What
control
tool do
shift
you
escape.
use?
We'll open the task manager. Let's just jump back in. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, you're losing me on that
We'll
one.
edit this out in post. Yeah.
Nah, no edits. We don't do
Oh,
edits. We're humans.
okay. Nice. Cool.
Yeah, yeah. Humans unedited. Um,
Nice.
I do like the idea though that you're like in a actual face-to-face conversation, and you go like, "Oh, pause. Oh,
Mm.
can we rewind? Like, let's edit this out in post." Let's pretend that I didn't say that thing.
That
Oh,
could
did
be
I say that
your
out loud?
that could be your analog that could be your analog stare pitch to someone. Just say, I've got this idea, like maybe we can bring into conversations in real life just about rewinding and editing stuff out. What do you think? I've got to go. That's my floor.
Right, this is a
Anyway.
single staircase. Um, okay, no. So my question is like, what's the input output for this tool that makes that you can click a button and it does your surface? What do you call it? LOA? L
OLS, obstacle limitation
O
surface.
OLS. So is this like a CAD drawing? And
You
it'd
got it.
be nice to have a CAD tool.
It's in CAD, yeah. Yeah, yeah. You create the 3D surface in CAD,
Nice, interesting.
but
I
basically
mean,
you
I'm
put
sure this is
in
doable.
runway length, runway width, runway strip length and width, and like maybe class of aircraft. They have like it's AGN aircraft classification number, ACN,
Hmm.
um, and that kind of dictates how like steep or the parameters of your OLS is what sort of planes are using it. Because if you've got a little tiny little like plane using it, it doesn't need to be that intense. But if you've got like big 777s or something, then it needs to be like pretty hearty.
You know, I've never had the experience where a plane has come into land and then they decide to take off again before they touch the ground. And that happened
Really?
probably twice in like a week or 2 week period. Um,
Oh, so you
yeah.
have had it happen.
So I have had
You
it happen
hadn't
now. I've
until like a
never
week or two ago.
until about a month ago. Yeah. Um,
Okay,
and then it started happening, and
interesting.
the first time it happened, I looked around at everyone. I was like, "Whoa!" And everyone was just very chill about it. So I decided that
Yeah.
it was probably fine. And then they were speaking in Portuguese over the loudspeaker, and I didn't understand any of it. And so I looked over
Okay.
to the,
Okay.
the other tourist-looking person, and I was like, "Do you do you know
Nice.
what's going on?" Yeah. Oh.
Nice.
Um, yeah. It's interesting to me, like because like we talk about AI, we talk about the future of work and like that these things are changing, but actually I think that people change quite slowly. So like yeah, we're gonna have different
Mm,
tools that we can use, and like when you're creating music, it's really cool that you can like hum into this thing and it can create like a guitar riff and it can sound the way that you want it to. But it took your friend going and learning about the thing and then learning how to use it. And like,
mm,
I like this idea of the things that we create also create us. Um, and so,
mm.
like,
Yeah, I
if
like that.
you're, if you're writing a rap and you're like putting words on a page that like maybe you haven't consciously thought before, then you're also reading them and they're having an imprint on you, and there's this like back and forward. Um,
Mm,
yeah, and so I kind of see like even the way that you're doing this design work and this human work, like yeah, you're going to be using new tools, but you're still going to be the one that's interpreting it, and you're going to be kind of driving this, and you might use a different tool, you might like have a different process for creating this plane, um no pun, but then
hmm.
the the yeah, the outcomes will still kind of be all brought together by the people that are trying to make the thing happen. Yeah.
Yeah,
um
agreed. I don't think the human aspect will disappear from that anytime soon.
yeah. Got a challenge for you. Can you block your
Oh, go on.
nose and hum a tune? Have you tried this?
Mm, mm, mm.
Oh, you kind of can.
Wait, do I have to close my mouth as well?
Yeah. So, normally when you
Yeah.
hum,
No, I just did. Did
you
you
go,
hear it?
yeah, yeah, a little bit.
Nice.
Normally when you hum, you go, and it's still the air moving over your vocal
True.
cords. But if you block your nose,
True.
mm, you reach a point where like the air fills up your
You
mouth,
fill up.
and then you can't move air across your vocal cords anymore, so you can't hum.
True. Good challenge, man.
I love a challenge.
I know. I like it. What do you want to double click on before? Oh, this 1% thing. I think it came from Atomic Habits, which I feel like
Mm.
everyone has read. It's like a cliche, that book now.
Oh,
Um,
it's the best book on building habits.
for a reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's where I got that from, was like, they talk about changing 1% a day and that you'll like exponentially just like become a better person in
Mm.
any facet of your life. But I think the like next step, well, another perspective on that is like, if you change 1% a day, and every day you get up in the morning and you inadvertently at some stage look at yourself in the mirror and you see yourself for who you are, blah blah. But if you change 1% from the day before, you're not going to notice at all, right? But if you change 1% every single day for a year, I mean, that's 360%, like not even compounding. If you're compounding, that's maybe 380, close to 400%. I haven't done the math. And then, when you look back at pictures of yourself, I know from when you were younger, you're like, oh man, like I look so different. But like when you're
Mm.
seeing yourself every day, you're just like, like I'm a piece of shit. I'm really like, what am I doing? What's the point sometimes? I don't know if you think these things. I'm vocalizing them so you can tell me if you do or not. But
I
every
think
now and
these
again, you're
things.
like, man, what am I up to? Like,
Mm.
why am I doing this? Like, everyone else is ahead of me and blah blah. Just negative self talk is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Really good at that, actually. Really good. Professional level.
Professional.
And yeah, but I think
I,
it's difficult to notice that change, but it's good to then step back and maybe check your milestones, or even celebrate. Even, I don't know, celebrate milestones, even like your birthday or whatever. Some people say, oh, I don't celebrate my birthday at all. I'm like, what? You just got a whole another year. You did a lap around the sun, man. What are you talking about? You don't celebrate your birthday. What?
you don't
you're
celebrate?
you're sentient right now. You can think. You're not just living off instincts right now. What the fuck? Like, how are you not enjoying this? So yeah, I
I
think
realize that
milestones are
there's
super, super important.
and there's a difference between um like celebrating. Oh, I celebrate my birthday. Yay, I turned, yay, I turned 32. You just say it. Cool.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's a celebration. And I've started to like consciously make this distinction recently. Is like when you say thank you for something, or like when you're feeling joyful about something. I ate a piece of cake yesterday, and um, I
Nice.
was like, oh
Sweet
man, this
treat.
cake
How
is
good.
yeah, a sweet treat. I was like, man, this cake is delicious. I had that thought. And then I went, oh no, that's actually only the thought. And then I like sat there for a second and really just like tried to enjoy the cake. It's like, oh yeah, this is delicious. like
Oh yeah.
I live so much in my head that I forget that like when we're grateful for things, or like when something like really makes you laugh, there's the like enjoyment that comes from it. And sometimes like I find I intellectualize the thing instead of just doing it. Like dancing is a good example.
How so?
Sometimes I'll realize that I'm like dancing, but I'm also kind of thinking about the dancing, and instead just like enjoying the sensation of letting your body move to the rhythm of the music is a different experience. Um,
Yeah.
it's like a stop and smell the flowers kind of thing, but even that is the expression, and it's a different thing to actually stop and smell a flower, you know?
Also a cliche. Speaking of.
Also, also a cliche, or sometimes cliches have negative connotations. So, um,
Okay. Got an
I went
example?
to got an example for you. Went to um, a forest with really big trees. I drove past this forest the other day and I was like, wow, big trees. I like big trees. I'm going to go back there. So I went back and I was with a friend, and we were walking along, and I went over and like looked up at this big tree just to, admire how large it was. And I gave it a hug, and it was like really
Have to.
calming and nice, and like, yeah, really nice experience. And I said to my friend, "Hey, come over here." And they were like, "You're gonna make me hug the tree?" And I was like, "Yeah, but don't let the thought that you have about being a tree hugger ruin the experience of hugging a
Mm.
tree. Just try it. Like, it's going to take you 1 minute. Maybe you'll feel a little bit silly, but like, and if you don't like it, then don't do it. After, like, try it. And if you don't like it, don't do it again. So they hugged this tree, and then they came and saw me afterwards, and I was like, "How do you feel?" And they're like, "That was really nice. Thank you for making me hug the tree."
Okay,
Like,
I'm with you. Yeah, tree hugger, bad
you know,
connotation.
exactly. Tree hugger. Oh, tree huggers have all of these things that are attached to them. Or like being a
Mm.
tree hugger means that I don't shower, maybe, whatever your connotation is. Um,
Well,
uh, but I feel the same about a lot of things. I think that we sometimes, or I sometimes let the things that are attached to an idea kind of taint the pureness of the thing itself,
mm.
like the experience of hugging a tree. Um, or I think you can apply this to lots of different things. Uh, and we do it for a reason. Like, there are heuristics to make navigating life easier, especially in such a complicated world. But it, yeah, maybe I'm just curious and I want to try things out for myself to go like, oh, okay, that's why we don't put our hand on the hot stove. Oh, I might have lost you. We've got a reconnecting small intermission. And maybe Jackson will be back, but maybe not. Technical issues. He'll be back.
Mr. Tom, sorry for disturbing you. I just would like to inform you that none of our workers drink from your side and you can keep your water in the bag.
Sure. Thank you. No outside water. Uh, so Mr. Jackson has had his computer crash, and it's restarting right now. Classic technical issues. Um, yeah. Use the time however you choose, hopefully wisely. And if I'm listening back to this, Ty, remember to slow down. The world is moving fast enough, and there is no rush. We're not trying to get anywhere specific. Try play some elevator music for Jackson. Hopefully you can hear this.
Are we back?
We're back. Can you hear the music?
No.
No, damn it.
What are you playing? Also, is my mic gross? I just changed to my own laptop. Nice. Very
Now
nice.
can you hear it? Nah, can't hear it. Nah, your mic's fine. Damn.
Sweet.
Well, I've been
we're
enjoying the
back.
elevator music. And we're back.
Don't worry, we'll edit that out in post.
We won't.
Maybe.
I can, but maybe I will. What do you think? Is there anything that you would like to say now that maybe I will edit out, but maybe I won't?
No. You can leave everything in, that's fine.
It could be a choose your own adventure
True.
kind of recording.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay. Leave it all in, bro.
Leave it in, unedited. The way I think about it is
Yeah.
like if whoever's listening gets the full experience that we experience and not not an edited version. Because here's the thing. We used to share experiences, right? Like even when you and I were growing up in New Zealand, we had like 4 TV channels, and
Yeah.
y- and you had like the Colgate Saturday night movie. I remember. Shout out
Oh yeah.
Colgate, thank you, toothpaste. And everybody would watch the same movie basically because there wasn't anything else.
Yeah.
So you would have this shared experience of being able to like, oh, did you see the movie on Saturday night? Started at 7:30, whatever. Had all the same ads. Everybody watched the same ads. Everybody had this shared experience. Now we look at a phone screen and it's like a black hole into my own personal world, which in some ways is really nice because I get to experience
Yeah.
what I feel like. But we have different black boxes that we look into.
Yeah, totally. Well, it's a catered experience as opposed to a like everyone's getting the same ads. I guess there's some underlying similarities that run through them because I don't know at the moment if you're getting a bunch of improv classes on your reels at the moment of like really bad improv classes.
No.
It's just a video from an improv class. And I went to like a sauna. The sauna culture here is great. Big fan of saunas. I went to like a community session and someone was like, "Hey man, is anyone else getting these like improv classes on their reels?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting them all the time." And they're getting like, I don't know, millions of views just because they're just going viral for how bad they are. Which is
Really?
great content, but universal in that sense.
So how good they are.
Yeah.
The badness of it is the goodness of it. But yeah, I'm not getting them. I
Okay.
do know though how a lot of these algorithms work is that if you're getting them, you can basically catch the algorithm from somebody else from being in proximity with them. Because the
Yeah.
assumption is that you'll probably, if you spend a lot of time watching these videos of the bad improv classes, you probably like it quite a lot. So you're probably going to talk about it to somebody else. And then they'll
Mm.
start getting the improv class reels as well.
Yeah. Is that Is that purely from a geolocation, someone selling my data and making a shitload of money? Or is that my microphone is on all the time and everyone's just listening to me and they say they're not, but they're listening?
Um, I'd say I'm not an expert on this, so I don't know definitively, but my understanding is that it's majority from geolocation and your
Yeah.
search history, and it's made up of a bunch of stuff. I know that you can, uh, if you give permission to have your microphone be recorded, then it could be accessed at any time. And it's also possible to access components without triggering without you knowing, basically. You know how in the front of your webcam you have a little like green or red light or whatever it is
Yep.
that tells you that your webcam's on. You can also have programs that will access your webcam without turning that little light on.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So my piece of sellotape is doing a good job then.
Your piece of sellotape is doing its job. Yeah, exactly. Well,
Yeah.
not right now because I can see you. So
Yeah, well, outside of the school, yeah. And duct tape.
yeah,
Sellotape would do a terrible job. I'm going with the opaque duct tape for that that purpose. Just to clarify.
yeah. But it is a really interesting question because it's like there is the ability to use technology to survey people, and
Mm.
like I am uniquely qualified to talk about this because I used to work for Apple, and my job was to help train the Siri system,
Mm.
and I would listen to people use Siri and then grade what the computer did against what it should do to basically make Siri work better.
Interesting.
And at the time, Siri really sucked. Like half of the half of the conversations people would have with Siri is like, "Can you find me a pizza place near me?" And then the next recording would be like, "I fucking hate you." And these days, I
Tough
think it's a
job,
little
that
bit
one.
different because it's better. But yeah, I think Apple actually got in trouble for their practices, their data privacy things. Every time you like, yeah, every time you say I would like to um, opt into using my data to make the service better, it usually means that there are like either recordings from your microphone or session kind of logs. So like looking at how you use that tool.
Yeah.
And I mean, I appreciate it sometimes because it's great to have technology that really works. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you have a
Yeah. Like
thing that you click a button and it.
you click a button and what?
So we got a
Sorry,
little lag.
delay.
You go ahead.
Like while you sip your coffee, like I actually really enjoy the fact that if I'm looking for a pair of ski goggles, I search for it once and then I don't really have to search again because I'm just gonna get ads for it until I buy it. Well, actually, and then after I buy it, I don't think that the technology is quite caught up to like registering when you've made a purchase. Because I'm still getting ads for them now. I've got to say I'm not interested. But the user experience of like not having to search heaps helps a lot. But then I've gone full circle on that and realize it's shit because you only see what someone's paid for you to see. So it doesn't mean that they're the best product, you know. And everyone's got 5-star reviews on Google, and everyone has an
So it means
animation that
nothing.
makes the product look perfect, you know? And you're like, oh, that's exactly what
Yeah.
I want. And then you go like Reddit thread, Google the product, and it's like, these are shit, don't get it. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. Sweet. I'm not going to do that.
How did you choose your ones now?
Yeah, usually like if I'm buying anything that's maybe more than like $100, then I'll
Yep.
do some research on it. And usually Reddit is like pretty king for like unbiased reviews. Because also I figured out like embarrassingly recently that you can just buy reviews, right? You can buy ratings. So
Yeah.
I was looking at ratings and being like, oh, this is like a 4.7. This must be good. But no, no. What I've been told is a lie, in fact. So yeah.
And it's also based on someone else's standards, which like I might
Exactly.
take your
Exactly.
recommendation. Like I would always take your recommendation for music, except I know that it'll probably have wubs in it. So you know, I have the context.
With a
I
grain of
know what
salt.
I'm being
Yeah.
recommended.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if somebody else is like, oh yeah, this song's 5 stars, I don't know what kind of music they like. They might be
Yeah.
into something that I'm
Exactly.
really not into.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm super interested in this. I think this has always been a problem, and I think it will continue to be a problem. It's like, what does trust look like in a world where, like, reviews can be bought and everything is like, how do you get the actual experience of the thing?
You just go to trustpilot.com. It's got trust in the name.
You know,
Yeah, that's a crock of shit, isn't it?
you know, Trustpilot's business model is that businesses pay them to
Yeah.
to
Yeah. I'm
be
very
reviewed.
familiar with that. Yeah.
It's such messed up incentives. Like it reminds me of the I haven't fact checked this, but I believe it to be true. So just that little caveat is that in apparently in ancient Chinese like medicine culture, you would pay your doctor as long as you were healthy. And then as soon as you got sick, you didn't have to pay your doctor because they weren't doing their job. You know, like
Yeah, I like that.
we have these weird incentives that are like, uh I'm incentivized, like these companies paying Trustpilot, I'm incentivized to listen to this thing, but actually these people have just bought these reviews.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that these problems are just getting worse and worse, but actually like our solutions for them is like, how do we trust things? I ask Jackson what he thinks about this product, or
Yeah.
I go and try it out
Yeah.
myself, or whatever it is. What kind of goggles did you get?
I got some Smith goggles because I got I didn't even I looked at them, but they were just way too pricey. And then a friend of mine got a discount voucher for like 40% off, and I was like, legend, thanks, man. So
Nice.
price one
And
on the
Smith
day.
make nice things too.
It is nice, yeah. Yeah.
It's been a while since I bought goggles, but I think that I most recently got Smith ones, and they've got, I don't know if the
Nice.
technology's changed, but my ones have little, like, you can flip tags here, and then you can pop the whole lens out real fast.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're the same ones you had when we were snowboarding 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
Has it been 4 years, 3 years?
I think it was 2023. Yeah. What when was the last time you snowboarded?
Last time I snowboarded was last year in maybe in California or
Nice.
in Utah. Yeah, got a couple of days in. Um,
Cool.
I got some rules these days. No going upside down. Um, trying to keep it very mellow, you know. Uh, but it was
Nice.
still
Don't
lots
tell
of
Michael
fun.
Rogers that. Speaking of
Yeah.
esoteric, his his message to me when he was snowboarding was, oh, he just needs to do a warm up backflip just to make sure he can like he's ready to go for the day. Like first run, first jump, he'll just backflip just to make sure. I'm like, okay, nice.
Yeah, ready to go.
I'm not
The
gonna do
man
that.
who who broke his collarbone when we went for North Island champs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does what it says on the tin. Yeah.
It does what it says on the tin. Um, when I was training, this is maybe I was 14 or 15. I had this coach, Jody Blatchley, who was an amazing coach by many accounts, and like specifically looking at your mental game as well. But he was so like he was really skilled, but he was also just he had this mindset that like you just of course you can do the thing. Like you've been able to do it in the past. Nothing has changed now. Just have this belief. And we used to call him Jodio because he'd do rodeos. Um, and we'd go and hit like a 50-foot jump, and it would be the first run. And he'd go and do a rodeo, just like basically a backflip with a backside 180, and do it like nothing, like so
Yeah.
cool and so smooth. And every time people would be like, "Whoa, who's that?" And you'd be like, "Yeah, that's my coach. He's badass."
That's sick. Nice. What a
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, but his mentality was super unshakable. It was just like, yeah, I can do this. Of course, I've done it every time. Um, and it's quite a nice thing to bring into anything, but especially snowboarding when you're going out for a day.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
speaking of which, what is it, March 17th? So you still got snow outside?
Oh yeah. We'll do for like another, well, not outside my door, but for another like 2 months there'll be snow up on Whistler.
Nice. When was the last time you went snowboarding?
Mm. Not the weekend just gone on before that.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Season
It's good,
pass?
man. Huh?
You got a season pass?
Yeah. I think I've got 10 days so far, which I'm like now at the level that I'm happy to just kind of injure myself and not be too gutted if I if I don't get to go again, which is probably a bad mentality. But I think the mentality I take in is like, I don't know, people will say like, oh, that's really hard. It's like, yeah, you can do hard things. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, I can do hard things.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. So I really haven't pushed the boat out too far on like jumps and stuff. A lot of trees though, a lot of trees on the mountain here, just super nice. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
super nice.
very much enjoying that. It's nice.
Are they?
And I think the last time I snowboarded before the season was with you in France. So a lot of reminiscing on that trip as well.
It was such a good trip.
Very
I
good.
love how we planned that trip too. It was,
So
at
how did we
least the
do
way
that?
I remember it, was like, hey, what are you doing in February? Oh, you want to go snowboarding? Yeah, where should we go? I was thinking Chamonix. Cool. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah. That was nice. That was
Do you
sick.
think we can make it happen? Yeah, how long should we go for? I was thinking like a month, 6 weeks. Okay, yeah.
So good, man. Great time. Great times all around.
So speaking of hard things, I have what's this guy's name? Jesse Isner. Anyway, there's a
Sounds like a drug dealer's
rad
name.
dude. Yeah, I mean, he deals in good
Checks out.
vibes. He he, I think he was in the music industry for a while. Yeah, he was making music. He's from New York. Had a jet company called Marquee Jets. Anyway, just like a cool dude. Now he's super into saunas, and he shares a lot of stuff on social media. Just like all of these things that I love. And he was talking about two things that I've started, actually three things that I've started to pick up. One is every quarter trying to install a new habit, like learn a new habit and do it slowly, like choose a habit, do it for a quarter, like really install the habit, you know? The second one he calls Kevin's rule, which is every couple of months try to plan a mini adventure, and over the course of the year, like do 6 mini adventures. You've heard about this before?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then like over your lifetime, like say you do this for 30 years, you know, that's 6 times 30, it's 1,800 mini adventures that you wouldn't otherwise have done. My math's off on that
180.
by a 0, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Close. I can't do hard math under pressure. Can't do big multiples under pressure. A high pressure environment, obviously. And the third one is every year try and do like a hard year defining thing. So, or it doesn't necessarily have to be hard, but a year defining thing. And this is a Japanese concept. It's called a misogi. And so this year, my misogi is to do this podcast. So first of all, thank you for helping me with my hard thing.
Nice.
And second of all, I'd like to issue a challenge for you. And you don't have to do it on the spot. But if you've got a hard year defining thing that you would commit to this year, is there something that's been on your mind, or would you come back to me with one?
I think I'll come back to you with one. There's one been like floating around that I've actually done some research into because it might cost some money. But my girlfriend's from Ontario and her whole family speaks French to themselves. And I'd be keen to learn French, but every time I feel like the New Zealand accent is just the worst to like start from. But anytime I like think about the monumental like challenge that it is, I'm like, too hard. And then I've downloaded a bunch of apps, and then ChatGPT like what the most efficient way to learn a language is. And now I get my ads now AI people being like, hey, I'm a polyglot, and this is how I learned 7 languages in 3 months. You can too. And I'm like, man, stop trying to pretend to be a real person, you know? Also, I was like, polyglot's definitely made up. It's not made up. It's a real thing. It means that someone that speaks a bazillion languages. Anyway, speaking French would be good.
Bazillion is made up, though.
Partly, caveat to this is I kind of want it to be like a surprise. Would be cool.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
I don't know whether she'd listen to a 2-hour chat between me and you. Maybe not.
I don't know. She might. She
Yeah,
might
she
listen to
might.
it, but I don't know if she'd make it to an hour 40.
Yeah, I think we're safe here.
I think we could be safe.
I'm gonna lay that down as my year. What do you call it? A year challenge, year monument.
A year challenge, a misogi.
Misogi.
Just like a difficult
Nice.
thing. The idea is that you can look back at 2026 and be like, oh yeah, that's the year that I learned French. But okay, so things that I've been realizing about myself and big things that we have to tackle. And also double tapping again on this idea of like intellectualizing a thing versus actually doing it is like the journey of 1,000 steps begins. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Like, what one action could you do every day that is learning French? Like, is there is just going on the app for 5 minutes worthwhile? Maybe there's a French word a day.
Yeah, I think there's 15 minutes a day is the sweet spot, and what my research has yielded is that I think Duolingo is like the cliché language app, but that will teach you words, and just like it'll teach you the first 1,000 words you need to know. I think that's the general rule of thumb. If you can learn 1,000 words, then you basically know like 60 to 80% of like conversation. But where it fails is that you just learn words. You don't really learn like too much structure or like conversation. So I'd like to learn conversation, and two of these apps I've got, I think, feature an AI conversation effectively that you can then speak into it. And I think Duolingo does as well, but maybe it's more of a conversation, and you can speak for 15 minutes a day. And that would be enough. Ideally, you can then listen to a French podcast or watch a French show with subtitles. And so I think the combination of all those things, of doing those two things, like at 15 minutes a day, I'd like to commit to 15 minutes a day, because really 15 minutes is fuck all, right? It's like, it's nothing. It's a single step in your 1,000-mile journey.
Well, can I make it even smaller? Going to or suggest at least, going into Atomic Habits, what if you spent 1 minute a day? Like, I want to hear a commitment now. 1 minute a day for 30 days, and text me after you've done it.
Yeah, I don't think 1 minute's enough, though. I'm going to say 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'm going to up that challenge.
Okay.
I think 1 minute is too short to stick in my mind, you know.
Will you do it for 5 minutes every day for 30 days?
Yeah. Lock it
in. There's intonation up at the end there. Give me some.
Lock it in. I'm very keen. I'm also cognizant that Nat is the name of my girlfriend, Natasha. She's moving in 2 weeks. So finding that 5 minutes a day is going to be, in 2 weeks' time will be a little bit more difficult than just like waking up. Huh?
I don't want to hear the excuses, Jackson.
No excuses. I'm simply observing the situation for what it is. But yeah, I can do harder things. So yeah, 5 minutes a day. I'll message you. Wait,
you can.
before I commit to this, what's your commitment? I need an equal and reciprocal commitment from you here.
Oh, okay.
Not equal, reciprocal.
a reciprocal commitment.
Or do you have a thing?
Okay.
Or do you need to get back to me on it? If you don't have a thing, that's totally fine.
No, I can come up with a thing. There are things that I would like to commit to. My habit that I've been installing this quarter is journaling. And so I've got
Nice.
I'm really liking my journaling practice. Just like a page every day, no matter what, just
Yeah.
words, blah, 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 blah.
Crazy good for you, eh?
Okay.
So good.
My commitment is that I will ask for 5 things every day. I've been meaning to do a version of this, which is, it's kind of like rejection therapy. But the idea is that you're trying to collect 1,000 rejections, and it's like asking someone if they will hire you, asking someone if they would come on the podcast, asking for a discount somewhere. So
Cool.
I'm just gonna collect the rejections.
You need to do 5 a day.
5 a day, yeah, because I want to
Nice.
do at least 1,000 this year, or like see how quickly. Believe it or not, I made an app for this the other day. It's called
I believe it.
Rejection Collection.
Nice.
The other thing that comes to mind is I have a French friend who is back in France now, moving to Paris shortly. She is a talented musician. And I should put you
Nice.
guys in touch because you could practice your French and maybe you could talk about music as well. She's always
That'll be cool.
trying to jam. I know her from New York, and we were in Mexico together, and she would just like go off to this bar where they were doing a live jam session, and she came back and she was like, "Oh, this is so amazing! I met all of these people, and we jammed, and she just like
Cool.
freestyle singing."
Nice.
Yeah.
Sick. Okay, cool. That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, I'll put you guys in touch. So, for the next person that I speak to, do you have a question that you would like to pass on to someone that you don't know who it is? Yeah.
Like what? Can you give me an example of questions that have happened in the past?
Yep. So the last one, and I think actually I forgot to ask my last guest, Charlotte, for a question. Or maybe I asked her for a question and she told me, and now I don't remember what it is. Let me look very quickly. Maybe no, she did give me a question. So Charlotte's question that she asked was, is if you could do anything, what would you be doing? And how close do you feel you are to doing that? And what's holding you back?
Nice. It's a good question. Layers to that. If I could do anything, I think I would be retired, Ty. I'm ready to throw in the towel tomorrow. Both of my parents have just retired in the last 6 months. And it looks sick. Honestly, it looks so good. So yeah, I would be retired is what I would do. Basically saying, that's a bit of a cop-out answer, but I would do anything I want to do. So I would make music. I've been playing ice hockey recently. Probably play more ice hockey. I would go for walks. Huh? What'd you say?
Sorry, we got a little lag. I was oohing at the ice hockey.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, very Canadian. I'm leaning into the culture.
Hell yeah.
I would go on like multi-day hikes. I'd go snowboarding. And I'd probably follow summer around for a while. I'm a massive advocate for summer. Doesn't quite bode well with snowboarding, but yeah, I'd probably just like do 6 months here, 6 months there for a little while and just just hang out. Yeah,
Sounds lovely.
that's what I would do.
Okay, and then
What's
the other
holding me
part of
back?
that question is, yeah, exactly.
Finance. Strictly money is holding me back from that. Yeah, I think it's I'm kind of just waiting to win the lotto is what I'm doing. Although I haven't bought a lotto ticket in a minute now, so haven't really got my
Good.
rod in
Don't
the
do
water
it.
to catch that big marlin. But that's kind of the game plan at this stage. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Good game plan, except for don't give your money to the lotto people.
Well,
It's
I've got a hot take
math
on
and
the
it's rigged
lottery,
against you.
Kai.
Yeah?
What? Yes, it's rigged. It's rigged against you. Don't get me wrong. But however, I think a lottery exists. Actually, here for like a lot of events, they do a 50-50 lottery. You heard of this concept?
Huh. I think I understand it from prediction markets, but hit me.
Yeah. So basically, you buy a ticket, half of it goes to the organizer, and then half of it goes to the winner. And so the more people that enter, obviously, the less chance you have, but the more the jackpot goes to. So like we went to a bar, like in a pub, and it got up to like $500, $300 or something. And one of the guys at our table won it. And I was like, oh, sick. Like, nice. Awesome. You get like free drinks, whatever. But then you go to a hockey game and it gets up to like 150 grand. And so you could win 150 grand. What? Half of that, whatever it is. No, 150 grand was the half. So yeah. Anyway, good concept. But my hot take on the lottery before we wrap this up is
No, all right, hold on. But I just like to say, fantastic for the organizer. They get half of everything that goes in there, and they just organize it.
That's it.
I mean, that is basically how lotteries work, but it's all masked. But still, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's everywhere as well. It's at every single event. They had like a writers fest on a few months back, and they had a writers fest 50-50 raffle course. And every time I'm like, of course I'm going to buy tickets to this. Like, no brainer. Really, yet to win.
Mate,
so caveat that.
You should.
But the lottery.
You should host a rap event. Host a freestyle. Put a raffle on.
True, it's a great fundraiser. Actually, really smart fundraiser. And just you tap into the gambling tendencies of human nature. But anyway, back to my lottery yarn. Well, my hot take on lotteries being a good thing, because lotteries are a charity, so it means they're a non-profit. So any profit that they generate gets donated to good causes. Cancer Society, your hospitals, your children's fund, your homeless, all of the great like organizations that do things to help people in need, that they get funded by lotteries. However, the caveat is that I'm sure there's a CEO of Mr. Lottery, or Mrs. Lottery, I should say. Excuse my ignorance. And who's probably, I don't know, what is the CEO of a lottery take home salary? A couple $100 grand ish.
I would be surprised if it's not more. But yeah,
it's the dichotomy of the street vendor trying to sell you a UNICEF like sponsorship for a child, is that they're making a commission on whatever you give them. So why would I pay you to then the cents on the dollar is going to make it to the actual cause, but you're still donating to charity, so it's inherently a good thing, and that's my hot take on the lotto, is it's the idiot tax. It is the stupidity tax. However, you are also donating to charity. So
I like
6 in one,
I like
half a dozen on the other, but I can go full circle on you there.
I like this angle that you're donating to charity, and so it's a good thing. Totally. I don't appreciate the lottery as a money-making cause for individuals going and entering the lottery. The math just doesn't math to me. But doing a thing that contributes is a good thing. And a quick note on the why am I paying you to to raise money for this cause thing. I used to do some work for charities, and they treat it as a cost of marketing, basically. And the idea is that like it might cost 12 cents in every dollar to like get that person out to talk to people and to raise money. But without that, people don't know about the charity, or like they don't raise the money for the charity. And so it's like, you know, if it wasn't there, would you have gone directly to the lottery and directly to the charity and paid them? Maybe not.
Yes, I will go directly to the lottery. Thanks very much. If there's a chance for me to retire tomorrow, then absolutely I will. No, bad take.
All right. Do you have a question? Do you have a question for? Would you like to know who it's for, or would you prefer not to know?
No, I prefer not to know. And my question is, are you satisfied with your life in its current form? And if not,
Oh,
why not?
interesting.
If yes, that's the end of the answer.
Okay.
Say no more.
And I've been thinking, I always like little extra bits of this. So, like, at what point I could set a timer and I could have the timer go off, and then I could drop the question at a specific time.
Oh, nice.
Or you could just let it flow naturally. What do you reckon?
I think the 1 hour, 60-minute mark, assuming that's maybe
60
halfway
minutes.
through your conversation, you just drop it in. Because then I
Cool.
feel like that would, it's not really about the answer to the question, it's more what it sparks and what train of thought that would entail. And I feel like you could then talk for more hours on that. But yeah, I always like hearing if people aren't satisfied with their life. Well, I was going to say, are you happy? But maybe that's too generic. So satisfaction, I think, is more what I'm going for, what I'm curious about. Because
Do you think
I don't
that's
know,
the thing?
I feel like, what's that?
Sorry, we got lag. My bad.
All good. What were you going to say?
I cut you off. I was going to ask, do you think that's the thing that you're aiming for?
Satisfaction. I think so, yeah. I think that's what everyone's aiming for, no?
Maybe.
What are you aiming for?
Good question. These days, I think I'm aiming for I don't know if this is my thought or someone else's, you know? I was going to say I'm aiming for peace. I heard this guy talking about that happiness is such a fleeting thing, and that what they're really looking for is peace. And if I'm honest, which I try to be, I am aiming for peace, but more I think I'm aiming for experience, for life, for like, I think I'm here to ride the roller coaster, you know? So maybe I'm not really
Yeah, I
aiming
like
for peace.
that.
I think when I'm finding peace, it's when I am like feeling like my life is smooth, so to speak. But I actually really believe that I'm here to experience all of the things, the highs and the lows. And when I'm in the lows, I'm like, oh, this sucks. I don't want this. And when I'm in the highs, I'm like, whoa, this is amazing. And I'm not thinking about like, what am I aiming for? But every time I'm like having this roller coaster experience, I'm like, okay, this is what we're here for. I'm here to experience it. And it makes
Nice,
the
man.
roller coaster fun. Yeah.
It does. The roller coaster is fun. You could follow that question up with, are you scared of death?
Ooh.
Because I feel like if you're fully satisfied with your life, probably you wouldn't be afraid of dying because you're satisfied. But if you're looking for experiences and to cut to my answer, I think I am afraid of dying for multiple reasons, but mostly because I'm like, there's so much experience that I haven't had. There's so many good songs I haven't heard yet. There's so many like places I haven't been to or foods I haven't tasted or like sites I haven't seen, then I'm like, no, I'm not ready to go yet. You know? Yeah.
What's your song that's on repeat right now?
Oh, I've got it. It's called "With You" by Dexter and the News Agent. What a great artist name, Dexter and the News Agent.
But yeah. All right. Awesome. Send it to me, or
I
I will
will
look
right
it
now.
up. Okay.
I'll send it right now.
And is your favorite artist right now Dexter and the News Agent, or
Nah, I think. I think my favorite artist right now is probably Tom Scott. He's been for a while, or this dude, Kofi Stone. I'll send you both of those.
Ooh, okay. How do you feel about
Both
Doechii?
great rappers. Huh?
How do you feel about Doechii?
What do I think about Doechii?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like her. She's cool. She's very cool. Did she do a Tiny
Yeah.
Desk? I feel like I've seen her on Tiny Desk.
I've seen a Little Sims Tiny Desk.
Oh, she's
I'm sure
also great.
Doechii's done a Tiny Desk. Yeah.
I'm going to fact check that right now because it might look silly otherwise. I hate that.
Yeah. I look silly every day.
Yeah, what do you think of Doechii? She does have a Tiny Desk, thank goodness.
I think she's great. Has she got a big desk too? Cool. You know how sorry. You know how often I think about this this running joke that we had: big oil, big pharma, big water,
big drink.
big drink.
Me too, man. Me too, a lot.
It was right around the time I was incorporating a company in the UK. So my consulting company is called Big Action.
Oh man, nice.
I was like, yeah, ideas, great, but really it's like, how quickly can you get from an idea to a like thing to an actual action? Like, actions, the things that you put out into the world are the real things. So I was like, yeah, big action.
Nice, man. Yeah, that's really good stuff.
Every time. Oh, all right, dude. I'm feeling like I need to move my body. I need to go
man.
and
I might do the
get
same.
productive. Yeah. So nice to see you.
Really nice to see you. I feel like we've got another couple hours in us, so maybe I'll just give you a call another time and we can just chat.
Yeah, exactly.
And that would be nice. That would be good. And you can tell me about yourself. Maybe I can interview you. That would be nice. And ask you all the same questions. You scared of death,
I
bro?
want it to be word for word.
Yeah, man.
Am I scared of death? I can give you an answer to this one, really. No. Well, yes. Yeah, I guess I am. But the reason is because there's lots of stuff to do. And more
that's what I see.
than being... Yeah, well, you've got good good answers. No, more than being scared of death, I'm scared of some kind of injury that keeps me physically in the world, but that I'm not here, that I'm not living.
Oh, nice.
So I'm scared of like not actually living, you know. And every time I
agree,
and I like that thought. It's a motivating thought, because if I go like, am I living or am I just like passing the time? And that makes me go like, all right, well, what would this look like if it was fun? What would this look like if I was actually living, like being alive? Okay, then I should go and do this thing. Yeah.
Nice, man. I like that.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, I have one more logistical thing. When you in your browser, you'll have like a thing that says uploading. Just keep the browser tab open until it's fully uploaded.
Yeah. Cool. Sounds good.
Much love, dude.
Thanks, man. This is great. Ka kite anō,
Ka kite
and a
anō.
very good evening.